It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Boston Pride NWHL / PHF hockey player, Mallory Souliotis. How are you doing today?
Hi, Brandon. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional ice hockey?
So I was actually at Yale when the NWHL first started. And when I was in college or I committed to go to Yale, I kind of always thought okay, I play college hockey and that would probably be like the top level of college hockey. That was the top level of hockey play for me. So to see the NWHL form and grow while I was in college, I always kind of kept in the back of my mind that, if the opportunity presented itself to continue to play after college, then, why not? I love hockey so much and I'm able to balance both hockey and my real job. So it really worked out well. I just couldn't, I couldn't give up on hockey yet.
What was it like, obviously, going to Yale and playing for Yale?
Yale was an incredible experience. It was obviously very rigorous academically. And I think my high school career helped prepare me for that. But also, playing at the Division I level for Yale was just an amazing experience. And it's, once in a lifetime that you get to go to such a prestigious school, but also, play the sport that you love so much. It was a really great experience. I wish I could go back. I think everyone wants to go back to college and do it all over again. It was definitely hard, but I loved every minute of it.
What was it like, obviously, putting on that prestigious Yale jersey?
It was pretty incredible. Every single time, every game it's hanging in your stall is just, it's a real honor because you had to earn that jersey. You had to earn, the privilege to be able to put it on and to play. So it's definitely, there's a lot of honor, and it also is it's a good reminder of all the hard work you've put in from day one, learning to skate until that day. It always put a smile on my face seeing my jersey hanging in my stall.
What was the feeling like of getting drafted in the NWHL coming out of college?
Yeah, it was really incredible. So when I was drafted, the draft has changed a little bit the last few years. I was drafted this summer between my junior and senior year of college. So I had one more year of college hockey. But to be drafted was really amazing. I was really surprised that I actually was drafted by any team, but to them be drafted by my hometown Boston team was pretty awesome. So it was really incredible. And it was always a reminder to me, I'm so grateful for all the experience I had. And I'm thankful for my parents for, putting up with all of the hockey over so many years, especially all the early mornings and all the tournaments and wherever they were. It was just, as much as it was about me, it was also about all the coaches, teammates, and parents that helped, get me there and prepare me for that moment.
Of course, as you said, that you got drafted in your junior year and you played your senior year. What was that like, obviously, getting drafted your junior year, but coming back your senior year and playing, and then going your senior year to play with Boston?
It was really awesome. I think having been drafted, it really motivated me my senior year to, continue to improve, and work on some of my, work on some of my skills and just work on some of my areas that I'm not as strong at. So it was, a good motivation going into my senior year, my last season, my last year of eligibility. So it was pretty awesome that I was able to actually play for Boston while I was still in college. So once my senior Yale season was over, I was able to join Boston, which was just a really incredible, couple of games that I got to play with them.
What was it like the first time you got to put on that yellow and black Boston Pride jersey?
It was awesome. Just no words to describe it. I was lucky enough to actually play in Boston in my first game. My whole family got to come and watch, which was really awesome to share that moment with them as well, because they were so integral in my hockey development, as well as, in my, personal growth and everything they had done for me.
What is it like, obviously, getting to play for your hometown of Boston?
It's awesome. I think anytime anyone comes to Boston, Boston is a huge sports city. We love our sports. We're the city of champions for a reason, and that's across every single team. You look at the Bruins, the Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox, the Pride, Revolution. We, as a city of fans, we demand championships from our team. So it's really awesome to be able to play for my city, that I, grew up in. I grew up rooting for all of the Boston teams. So it's really, and still is really awesome to be able to play for Boston right here in my hometown, see with my family and friends at a lot of the games too.
What was it feeling like of putting on that first Boston Pride jersey and putting on that first NWHL jersey?
It was, there's no words. I mean, when you first get your jersey, it's, your jersey is that's like the holy grail. At that moment, just getting the opportunity to play for Boston in Boston, in my first professional game, because at that point, that was my first professional game. There are really no words to describe that moment. It's pretty special.
What are some of your accomplishments so far as a player?
So as a player, I think, in the NWHL, I was awarded the Foundation Award twice now, and that's for service to my community. And it's something I really pride myself on giving back to the community in, the best ways that I can, because I understand how important and how lucky I am, but also that I have a platform and I can use that platform to support and do good for other people that are less fortunate, especially with the epilepsy community that I've supported the last few years, and just, recognizing that I am so lucky that I'm able to go and play hockey every day. And some kids and some adults, no matter where you are, how old you are, don't have that luxury. And that's something I really want to continue to bring awareness to.
Of course, can you talk about what it's like, obviously, seeing fans get and wear your jersey and ask for your autograph and stuff?
It's so special seeing my jersey and t-shirts on young girls or other people in the stands. It always puts a big smile on my face. And anytime anyone asks for an autograph, I'm always kind of taken aback still. It still hasn't really settled in, that, people are going to ask you for your autograph. And to me, it just continues to harp on the idea that, I am a role model, and I'm, a lot of these girls, especially the younger girls, look up to me as, a professional hockey player. And that's something I'm so grateful for, but also just recognizing that, I'm there to, support them and give them advice and try to continue to grow women's hockey. So connecting with any and all fans is always super special and always a really good time.
What was it like, obviously, for you to win the Isobel Cup, the NWHL Isobel Cup?
Winning the Isobel Cup the last year, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it really was that long ago, there are no words to describe it. That that season was obviously not the most conventional or normal season by any means, not having fans in the stands or our families in the stands able to, be there in person definitely stunk. But what was most important was that, the 20 of us on the ice playing in that game. It's just, a day I'll never forget. Just knowing, pouring all of the blood, sweat, and tears that went into getting to that game and getting the opportunity to, win the Isobel Cup was just incredible. And I'm so grateful that we were able to play in that game, and even more lucky that we actually were able to win. And, my name will be on that cup forever.
What was it like, obviously, hoisting the Isobel Cup and this year receiving your ring?
When I got to lift the Isobel Cup, I think I blacked out. I don't really remember it happening. There's a couple of videos out there, which is great because those are always good reminders. That was probably the happiest moment of my entire life, hands down, right there. That moment is super special. I still get a little emotional sometimes, just like thinking about it. Sometimes it doesn't feel real. But there's no words. I'm so glad that Michelle J took a really great picture of me with the cup, because I don't really remember it. There was just a lot of joy. Just, so much joy that you just don't remember anything and you don't feel anything.
Of course, what has it been like, obviously, seeing the league change for the good, and some of the changes, like obviously being on national television and having trading cards?
Yeah, everything the league has done the last few years since I've joined, it's continued to grow. Year one that I played in the league, was Minnesota's first year, and now we have Toronto in their second season. It's incredible to see the number of teams growing. That means that there's more players playing. And then having the salary cap double is obviously huge, because that's just more money in our pocket. Getting on ESPN Plus this year, Twitch did an amazing job last year and the year before that. Getting all the games on there and accessible for all our fans is incredible. And having ESPN Plus right now has been a huge stepping stone for us, and getting, more sponsors and more brands involved. And that's, at the end of the day, that's more money in every single player's pocket. So it's great to be a part of that change for good. Like you said, it's come a long way since when I joined, which was a few years into the league. And there's really no ceiling for the league, and it's an exciting time to be in women's hockey and part of that, all of those monumental changes.
Of course, how has it been like, obviously, when they announced that in 2022, 2023, that y'all will have trading cards come out for obviously fans to obviously collect your trading cards?
The Upper Deck deal is fantastic. It's great. I remember as a kid, you'd go to any of those little sports stores or other stores, and you could see all the trading cards, and you look around and, on the packaging is always a male athlete. I never had a female athlete, any female athlete, like not even just hockey. I never had a female athlete's trading card. So the fact that women's hockey players are going to be on trading cards is amazing. I still can't even, imagine just seeing myself on a trading card. That's going to be so awesome for, young kids who are in the trading card world, love that stuff. There's going to be a lot of priceless memorabilia out there. And I'm so excited and happy to see Upper Deck come and get that deal going. It's a really exciting time, and hopefully we'll continue to connect with more fans and get more fans interested in our league.
What is a typical game day routine and ritual like for you?
Ooh, I really like this question, because I think every single person's a little bit different. So for me, I probably drink upwards of at least 2 to 3 coffees, iced coffee only, no matter what the temperature is. I love my coffee. So I'll usually start out with a nice hearty breakfast and a coffee. And when I usually arrive about 2 hours before puck drop, And usually on the way to the rink, I pick up another coffee. So a lot of coffee. Get to the rink, get changed into like some warm-up clothes, tape my sticks. There's a big group of us that like to play soccer together, and that's always a good fun, keep everybody loose, not too like focused or stressed or anxious about the game. Get a good off ice warm up in, get dressed, and then, on ice warm ups, and we're off from there.
Of course, during your game day routines, is there any part of the routine and ritual that is like, I have to put the right skate on first before I put the left on?
I'm not too superstitious in that sense of like what order I put my gear on. I just think I do it the same way every time, but it's not like if I put my left skate on first, it's gonna like freak me out. But I think I just get dressed the same way every time. Nothing too weird. I just, get dressed. It's just what it is, and whatever order it goes on, it goes on. I'm not too superstitious about that sort of thing.
How do you describe the style of your play with the Boston Pride?
Ooh. I like to think I'm a strong defenseman who really likes to jumpstart and get involved on the offensive side of things. I like to make plays, and I'm usually a pass first person looking for somebody trying to make a play, and then, pass it off to someone who's got an empty net. I usually try. I'm a big passer, and playing with Kaylee Fratkin usually is a ton of fun. I've been playing with her for a few years now, and now I'm playing with Lauren Kelly for the most part. And, we like to be strong defensively, but be so strong defensively that we're creating offense on the other side of the ice too.
Of course, what is it like, obviously, playing with Kaylee Fracken, Lauren Kelly, and Julian Dempsey?
They are incredible human beings, just off the ice, awesome people to be around. All three of them work so hard, and they put 100% effort into every single practice, every drill, every game. They're so passionate for hockey, but I think all of us just hate to lose. I mean, we just hate losing. So, there's a lot of hard work, and effort and dedication going into every single, off ice workout or practice or game. There's nothing but love for all my teammates. Honestly, we have a really good group going, and we're really close, and it's always a good time at practice. And we know when we go into games that everyone's giving their all, and we're playing the best game that we can.
Of course, what is it like, obviously, running your Mallory hockey clinic?
Yeah, so that I ran a couple years back, I think back in 2019. I really enjoy coaching and working with younger kids, and working on hockey, coaching them some skills and doing different drills with them. I loved it so much that I took on the role of being the director of a girls hockey program, because my whole goal in the hockey world is to leave it better than I found it, creating more opportunities for girls to play hockey, for girls to learn from female coaches, and to, have fun with other girls, because there's not many camps or clinics and stuff that are just for girls. So creating those opportunities and stuff like that for the girls to come and learn from other female coaches, female hockey players, is really awesome for them. But I love it just as much, because I love coaching the young girls and talking to them and having fun with them. It's not just about them, it's about me too.
What is it like, obviously, balancing being a professional hockey player and going to school?
Yeah, so balancing, well, my full-time job as a scientist and hockey and school and all the coaching gets a little crazy. I'm very, very busy. I don't have a lot of hours in the day that are free. I'm always doing something. But I love hockey and I love learning. That's why I decided to get my master's degree. And I really enjoy everything I do at work in the lab. It's just, being able to balance all of my passions is definitely hard. It's not for everyone, but I love it so much that I make it work.
What is it like, obviously, being a professional athlete and also having another 9 to 5 job versus obviously just being a professional athlete?
It's definitely hard. A lot of days, you go to work and you come home, you get a quick dinner, and then you're off to practice, and you don't get home from practice till kind of late. And then you have to get up and go to work in the morning. So it's definitely tiring, but I love it so much that, the time and energy it requires, doesn't matter. Even if I'm a little tired, I'm always looking forward to, seeing my teammates at the rink at the end of the day, and then going to work and, putting in the work in the lab and to, improve patient lives and stuff like that.
What are some of your future plans in your professional playing career?
I don't know. This is the only one I was like, I don't know. I feel like my years of playing are dwindling. I only got probably a couple of years left, in my opinion, as long as, Boston sees that I can still play with them. But hopefully I got another Isobel Cup in me, hopefully this year. We'll bring the cup back to Boston again and have our own little party, but I don't know what's in store for me. I think I kind of take it year by year and see what my options are.
Of course, what advice would you give future college hockey players looking to play professionally?
So for any college hockey players who want to play professionally, I would say, there are a lot of options out there, not just here in the US. I think there's a ton of options overseas as well. If you want to continue playing hockey, continue playing hockey. There's tons of opportunities at various skill levels as well. And I think if you love hockey that much, never give up on it and, see where hockey can take you. I always kind of in the back of my head wondered if I went over to Europe for a year or two and saw a bunch of Europe, because that would be pretty awesome, honestly. At least from what I've heard from some other teammates. I wish I could see more of Europe, but I'm a little busy here. But there's tons of opportunities, and if you're not ready to hang them up, then I encourage anyone to just continue to play. It's just for anyone who's playing college hockey, they must love it because it takes a lot of your energy.
What advice would you give future professional players looking to play, whether it's obviously in the PHF or the PWHPA?
I think there's there's a lot of differences between the two leagues right now. I think what's important is for each player to make their own, personal decision, weighing all the pros and cons of both leagues. I think the PHF has a lot to offer in terms of, having the 6 teams, having a very structured schedule and, structured practices, and with all of the league office involved and our individual ownership of every single team is, huge. So it's something to just, think about before making that decision. But, there's 2 very good options right in the US and Canada, obviously. So I think it's, each person needs to decide for themselves.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
On social media, on Twitter, you can find me at yourpalmal9. And on Instagram, I'm at mypalmal14, which was my college hockey number, even though I had to change when I came to Boston. So that's me.
Thank you again, Mallory Sullivan, for your interview, and best of luck in your future with the Boston Pride.
Thank you so much for having me, Brandon.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Mallory Sullivan, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.